Hey guys, it's Brianna, aka Hooked by Brianna, and welcome back to my channel. Told you guys I would stay active. But today I'm going to be making a puffer jacket, some sort of thing. But I just got back from Joann, and I'm going to show you my little haul of everything I got once I go back downstairs. But yeah, I'm just going to take y'all along the journey of me making this. It's not a picture that I can think of right now that I'm basing it off of. It's just in my mind. So you'll just see it come to life. But stay tuned, and thank you guys so much for clicking on my channel. Make sure you subscribe. Check out my last Instagram post where I posted some pictures in this jacket. You can see the back right there. But this is something that I made a while ago, but I took some pictures in it since it is winter time now, and I made it in like the summer. So yeah. All right, so I got 3 of these Bernat blanket yarns. It is 220 yards in the color Almond. So I got 3 of these. The future Brie here. I actually ended up using 4 rolls. I barely really had to use the 4th one, but because I made it so oversized and I added the collar, I needed a little smidge from the 4th roll, which later in the video I keep saying 5. So just keep thinking 4. I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah. And then I got, this homespun Lion Brand yarn. It was on clearance at Joann, so it only was $3.49. So I got 2 of these. I'm probably gonna use these for like the ribbing of the sweater / jacket, whatever it turns out to be. So yeah, and my total that I paid was $23.99 for 3 of those blanket yarns and 2 of these. They were all 20% off. Originally, the blanket yarn was $10.99, and I don't know what this was, but it was on clearance. So it was 20% off of $10.99, so about 8 and some change for those each. And then I did apply a bunch of discounts. I have my military discount and then my employee discount. And then just every time you go to Joann's, make sure you scan all the barcodes, get the app, because the app will save your life. All right, so now it's just picking out what hooks I should use. I think I'm gonna be using this 7mm hook. This is the biggest hook that I have right now. So it's gonna have to work, but I do crochet pretty loose, so hopefully it works out good. I'm supposed to be using like an 8mm hook, but it should be fine. And then I'm going to be using a 4mm hook for the cups and everything, since that was a different yarn. So let's get started. So I'm just downstairs. I have Gossip Girl on. So I'm gonna be watching the new Gossip Girl, the reboot. 10 out of 10 recommend. Go ahead and watch that. It's on HBO Max, or find it illegally on a website or something, I don't know. But I'm gonna start off with the cup first. I'm gonna use this yarn, and I'll come back to y'all once I finish that. All right, so I did about 18 chains, and then I'm just gonna do a row of single crochet. And then after that, I'm just gonna do single crochets in the back loops only, so it creates a little ribbing like I did. Well, never mind. These I did double crochet, well, half double crochet. But you'll see it with single crochet in a second. Okay, so now I have 16 rows done of the cups for my arm. So now I'm just going to attach these sides together and start on the rest of the sleeve. Well, no. I'm gonna make the other cup before I forget like how many rows I did and everything. So I'm gonna make the other cup, and then I'll start on the rest of the sleeve. Okay, so for the next clip that you're about to see, I didn't really explain what I did, but for the back panel and the 2 front panels, I basically did the same thing that I did for the arm cuffs. I just made more rows so that it is the width of my back, or the back of the coat. And then for the 2 front panels, that'll just be either as wide as you want each side to be on the front, or just half of the back panel. So 2 halves of the back panel will be the 2 front panels. All right, so now I've finished the back ribbing, the 2 front panel ribbings too, so it'll connect like that and open right here. And then I did both cuffs. Here's one, and here's the other one. So now I'm done with using this yarn for right now. I think that might be what I need for the whole jacket, and I'll just use the other yarn for the rest. But I still have this much left, so I didn't use a full skein, but basically did, because I still have to like sew these together later, and then it's like minimum left. I might do some at the top too, but we'll see. And I still have this much left. And just a reminder that this came with 185 yards, so probably used about 160 already, give or take. But yeah, now I'm just gonna start on using this blanket yarn to make the body. I'll do the sleeves first. So I'm gonna put as many stitches as I can over here, and at every row I'm gonna increase to make a sleeve. That's how I make all of my sleeves when I make sweaters and stuff. So I just finished my first row. I'm not gonna connect this, I'm just gonna sew it together once I'm done with the sleeve. So I'm just gonna chain up one, and then place 2 single crochets in this side and in this side. And just keep repeating that until the sleeve is big enough for my arm. Alright, so I did make a little bit of changes. I don't know why I was single crocheting, but I changed it to half double. But I'm still increasing every row. So this is what it's looking like right now on row 3. And as you can tell, it does build up fast since it is like a blanket yarn. So I'll come back to y'all once I'm done with this sleeve. To be clear, I did still do 1 row of single crochets, and then I started doing the half double crochets. Hey guys, so it is the next day and I'm in my work attire. I have work soon, but here is one finished sleeve. Feels really nice, but yeah. And then I finished this one too. So now I'm gonna start working on, I'll do the front panels. Wait, no. I'll do the back panel first, and then I'll make the front panels after that. And for the sleeves, once the sleeve was as wide as I wanted it after increasing every row, then I would just stop increasing and just crochet straight up until the sleeve is long enough, which is up to my shoulder right here. Alright, hey guys, so here's a little update. It's like almost midnight. I did go to work today and I got one more roll of this yarn because I already finished both sleeves. Here they are. And then I started on the back. I was working on it during my break and then I ran out. But I still have 2 left. Okay, so I ran out. And knowing that I still have to do the front and I use more than 1 roll to make the back, I was like, I'm gonna need another one, even though I didn't technically completely run out yet, if that makes any sense. Right now, this is the back. I wanna make it a little longer because I always do cropped. So I'm gonna try to make this full length. So probably like 5 more rows and that can be fine. But I'll see and I'll keep you guys updated. So yeah. You're tired of seeing this webcam quality, but I just wanted to make it clear that for the back panel, I just crocheted with single crochets across the top with that blanket yarn, and then I just half double crocheted, no increases or anything. I just half double crocheted up until it was long enough, and I did the same thing for the front panels too, so I didn't say that either. All right, so update. Yeah, I took my hair out by the way, but here's a little update. I finished the back panel now, and now I'm working on the 2 front panels. So here's that so far, and I'll go ahead and show you what the back panel is looking like. So I'm on my bed because it's cold right now, but basically I did 17 and then left some space and did 17 on this side just for the shoulder piece. And then this is like where my neck goes. I might do a little trim around that too. And then here's where the sleeves would be. And this is how long it would be past the sleeves. So I think it'll be a good length. So yeah, now I'm just gonna do the front panels, which are gonna connect up here. And yeah. Alright, so I finally finished the front panel, so all of our pieces are done, and now it's time to start sewing all of them together. I'm going to flip the camera and show you where I'm going to attach the pieces to each other. So I was just watching this show too, and it's really good if you like fashion and stuff. It's kind of like Project Runway, but it's Netflix's, so yeah. And then these are the two panels on here, so I'm going to sew these two pieces together, these two together, and then I'll sew the sleeves on. So I'll show y'all what that looks like in a second. All right, now I have these panels sewn onto the back panel, and now I'm going to attach the sleeves. So how I attach the sleeves is I open it up, and then I open up the panel too, but make sure you sew it together inside out. So my panel's inside is here, and then I'll also flip my sleeve inside out, so it'll have the opening right here, and I'll center it and then sew along this line, and I'll do the same to the other side, and then I'll sew up the sleeve after that. Alright, so now the sleeves are sewn on. I'm just going to sew from here down. And then once I get here, I'm going to tie it off and then grab my other yarn and sew these two ribbing together. So after that, I'm going to try it on and see what we're working with and see whether we're going to add this trim or a collar or whatever I'm thinking. So now everything is sewn together. It is really oversized, so I'm probably just going to make a collar instead of doing the trim around it. So I'm gonna go ahead and figure out how I'm gonna make that collar. Okay, so for the collar, I just made this rectangle, and I'm just going to sew it along the neckline with this and my yarn needle right here. And I'm gonna tie it onto here, and we'll see what it's looking like after that. So here's the finished product. It's very oversized, so for any size, you'll probably just need 4 rolls of the yarn instead of getting an extra roll if you are bigger than me, because this can probably fit like any size up to an extra large or a large. So here we go. Here's the back. As you can see, I have a lot of space. So yeah, but I really love it. Really matches my vision. Let me know if you guys make this, and thank you so much for watching this video. I'll show my face now that you saw the whole thing. All right, but thank you so much for watching this video, and stay tuned for more crochet with me's tutorials, or just anything that I want to talk about, because I do want to do some more sit down videos too. But yeah, bye guys.